Yo, what's good everyone? My name is Alex, and today I'm going to be ranking every single boss accessory in the game again, since there were 12 new boss accessories added in the last update. And I'm not gonna lie, these definitely changed the accessory meta. Also, I want to say I got most of these photos and information from the official Type Soul Trello. They're linked down in the description below, so go check them out. Also, there are timestamps in the description down below, so if there's any certain accessories you want to look at, go ahead. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so first we have the Dreadful Bone Armor. Now this gives 12 health, 2% defense, 5 posture, 5 Ryatsu, and 2.5% Ryatsu regen. Used to be meta, but it fell off because of another accessory that we're going to be talking about later, so this will be going A tier since it's still decent. Next we have the Almighty Cloak. Again, same thing, fell out of meta. Worse than Dreadful Bone Armor, but it's still good, A tier. Next we have Sunset Haori. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is going B tier. It's actually still pretty decent for a torso accessory. There's just better ones. It gives 12 health, 15 Ryatsu, 1% defense, and 5% hero penetration, which is so random. Honestly, if they're gonna do hero penetration, they should do something like 25% or like 15%, because 5% is really just not enough to make a difference in people's decisions to use this accessory over others. But also, this does come from the easiest boss in the game, being the Fear, which you could literally solo with any build. So if you're a beginner and you need good accessories, just go get this one from the Fear boss. Really easy to solo. You don't need a whole squad to fight it or a new build. Next, we have the new meta torso accessory. We have Duality Haori. Now it gives 10 health, 1.5% defense, and 10 Ryatsu, but also it has 10% Ryatsu regen, which is actually insane for an accessory. This is definitely going in meta. New meta, bro. If you don't have this already, go get it. I think it drops from the 3rd division captain, so go fight the 3rd division captain and get this as fast as you can. Great accessory. Next, we have another new accessory. Radiance Ring gives 15 health, 2 posture, 1% rare regen, and 3.5% Ryatsu. Again, it's pretty good, but it's just not as great as some of the other ones upcoming in this list. Or actually the next one being the white Kirishima horns. Now obviously I put this in with the black Kirishima horns. They have the same stats, just one is white, one is black. So you might be wondering, how is this going to beat Maharaga's wheel? Well, it also has 8% defense, but it also has an extra 8 health and 5 Ryatsu. So it really is better than Maharaga's wheel, which just has 8% defense, so it will be going in A tier. Next, we have Vampire Hunter Hat. It's obviously targeted towards medics since it does make Bloody Canvas block break, but other than that, it actually also has 10 health and 2% defense and 0.5% Ryatsu regen, which is still good, but obviously outclassed by Maharaga's wheel and the white Kirishima horns. So this will be going B tier, maybe like S tier for medics, but B tier for the average player. Next, we have Crimson Spider Lily. Now, I think that Crimson Spider Lily is worse than the Bloody Vampire Hat because it has 2.5 health, 1.5% defense, 2.5 posture, and 0.5 ray regen. It also makes Bloody Canvas block break, but the only thing that it has above the Vampire Hat is that it has 2.5 posture. That's literally the only thing that it has better than the Vampire Hat. So this is going in C tier. Now next we have a pretty controversial one. We have Benevolent Scarlet. Now basically the stats are pretty trash on this. 5 health, 0.5% defense, 2.5 posture, 0.5 ray regen, but it also gives lifesteal. Now the thing is, if you're running something like an AoE build, so something like Explode Volts, Light Res, Lightning, Poison, Blood, anything like that that can cover a big area, it would actually be pretty good since I've used this before. And for example, in Clan Wars, I used Explode, and when you would do the one big nuke move, it actually gave me like a little less than a bar back, which is actually good. So I will be putting this in high B tier. Obviously, if you're doing ranked or one-on-ones, this is not going to be as great. So yeah. Next, we have Feng's Headband. Now, the only reason I'm going to be putting this in B tier is because of ray regen. That's the one thing it has above it. All these head accessories is that it has good ray regen. To be exact, it has 1.5% ray regen and 7 health. Other than that, if it didn't have the ray regen stat, I'll be putting it in C tier. So I'm going to be putting this in low B tier. If you have a ray regen build, go for this. Next, we have the Flower Pin. It has 7 health and 2.5% defense and 2 posture, which doesn't sound bad, but it gets easily outclassed by these 3 head accessories: Maharaga's Wheel, Radiance Ring, and the white and black Kirishima horns. And it's honestly the worst head accessory out of the bunch, so I'm going to be putting this in the don't use tier. Just don't use the Flower Pin. So many better alternatives. Next, we have Flying Hurricane. It's a neck accessory that gives 15 health, 5 posture, 2 ray, and 0.5% ray regen, 5% meter gain, and it also makes Wind Crown guard break. So obviously if you're a wind user, this is going to be S tier, but for the average person, it's not the greatest accessory, although it does have a lot of meter gain, which is useful in things like clan wars. So I will be putting this in high B tier, probably the best B tier item here. Next we got Bleeding Willows, which gives 10 health, 1% defense, 2 posture, and 10 rape. The only real thing going for this is the 10 health, but other than that, it's not the greatest. This is going in high C tier. Next we have Storming Beast. Now, this gives 12 health, 0.5% defense, 2 posture, 7 ray, 1% ray regen, and 2.5% meter gain. This is going in mid A tier. It's a pretty good neck accessory. But now we have the new best neck accessory. This thing is actually pretty insane. 15 health, 15 ray, 1.5% ray regen, and 4% defense. This is going in the meta tier. Go get this if you don't have this already. It drops from Afro Hyospe, which is the 8th division captain boss. Go get this. This is really good, man. Now, next we have True Count's Cape. Now, actually, it has been dethroned from meta. It gives 7 health, 2 posture, 5 ray, and 1.2 ray regen. So I'm going to be putting this in high C tier. There are better capes. There are better back accessories. And matter of fact, the next one is, in my opinion, the best back accessory. Prince's Cape gives 10 health, 1% defense, and 1% ray regen. Obviously, it gives you both the good defense stat with the health and the defense boost, and also the ray regen stat. So it's kind of also like a one for all. Really good. Now, some people actually would argue that the next back accessory called Thunder Godwheel is better than Prince's Cape because it has 5 health, 3 posture, 6.5 Ryatsu, and 1.5 Ryatsu regen. But personally, I don't think that, since I think defense stat is a more important stat than ray regen. Obviously, if you're going for a ray regen build, this would be in meta. But overall, I think this is worse than Prince's Cape. So this is going in A tier. Next, we have Siphon's Ticker. Now, in the last video, I kind of underplayed this one, but it's actually pretty decent now that I think about it, because it gives 10 health and 1% defense, 5% ray, and 0.5% meter gain. So it's actually decent. So I'm gonna be putting it like lower mid B tier. Now next we have Berserker Wraps. Obviously, again, meta. This is the reason why Siphon's Ticker is in B tier, because Berserker Wraps just completely outclasses it, and it's also like a one for all because it gives 5 health, 2% defense, 2.5 rate, 0.5% Ryatsu regen, and 2.5% meter gain. Like, it kind of gives every stat a little bit. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. Okay, now next we have the Son of Revival, which actually has been dethroned as being the best waist accessory. Or, I mean, it was the only waist accessory at the time. So it only gives 2.5 health, which is bad. Don't use this. The next waist accessories are way better than the Son of Revival, so don't use the Son of Revival anymore. Next, we have Orihime's Band, which gives 3 health and 2 Ryatsu. So it gives 0.5 more health and 2 more Ryatsu than the Son of Revival. So I'm going to be putting this like high C tier. Still a good accessory. Now next we have the best waist accessory called the Strongest Tail. It gives 5 health, 5 posture, and 3 Ryatsu. Just because it is the best waist accessory, it's going in the meta tier. 5 posture is actually pretty decent. Most people downplay the posture stat, but that's actually a pretty good stat to invest in. So yeah, it's still pretty good. Next, we have Feng Star. It gives 5 health and 2% ray regen. Now, it is an emblem, and it also does have a good ray regen stat. So if you're going for a ray regen build, this is pretty good. It also gives 5 health, which is pretty decent. So I'm going to be putting this in like low A tier. And this is also just because there's another emblem that completely outclasses it, being the Starrk Pelt, which gives 5 health, 2.5% defense, 5 ray, and 1.5% ray regen. So honestly, this is still meta, still the best emblem. If you don't have this already, go get it. Next, we have Cursed Pants. It's still the meta, still the best pants in the game. I low-key underplayed it last video just because it didn't have a ray regen stat, but just because it doesn't, it's still good. Next, we have Tiger King's Pants, which the only real good thing about it is that it has a ray regen stat. I'm going to be putting it in A tier just because of that. It's still low A tier though, but it also does have 7 health, 5 ray, and 2.5 posture, so it's still pretty decent. Now, next we have the Bone Mask, which is going in meta. I mean, if you have Borrow Rock Diadem, which is like a code item, I would low-key put it on top of the Bone Mask. But obviously, this is a boss accessory tier list, and this is the best face boss accessory, so this is going in the meta tier. Now, next we have the Starrk Mask. I low-key downplayed this a little too much in my last video. It is still way worse than the Bone Mask, but it does have a 5 posture stat, which is pretty good, and then it also has 6 health and 6 Ryatsu. I would still not use this just because Bone Mask exists and obviously Borrow Rock Diadem exists, so I would not use that. Now next we have the 2 worst accessories. First, we have the Strongest Shades, which give 5 health, 1 posture, which is so bad. I don't even know why this is in the game. It doesn't even sit on your eyes correctly. Like, look, it's literally above the eyes. And then next we have Forbidden Blindfold, which gives 2.5 health and 2.5 posture. Like, bro, please don't use this. It's like really bad. These are honestly the 2 worst accessories in the whole game. Well, at least 2 worst boss accessories in the whole game. This is my whole tier list for the boss accessories. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, what you guys would switch up, or if you don't agree. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, see ya.